Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Don't forget, if you like the video, click on like and subscribe and talk about it on chat lines, wherever it is your social media activities, and help us to grow and help more people. I'll talk to you soon. Anthony, I think with the explanation I had for the HOCD, that answers your question at the time too. Otherwise, if you nitpick and try to dissect and analyze every single thought that shows up, you're going to be actually off course from recovery, because you should stop interpreting thoughts. The topic of the thoughts and intrusive thoughts, interpretation of it is irrelevant. The whole thing is that this is intrusive thoughts. That's all. What does this mean? Does it mean this? And then you go data hunt that. All that is a false direction to recover from HOCD. You simply understand the general topic, and the topic is irrelevant. It's just about the malfunction of the signaling system of the brain, and we discussed that already. Anop says, how many months need to cure HOCD 100% without medicine? It's not about months. Sometimes it takes a year and a half, 2 years, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 2 months. It depends of your understanding and lack of interest to pursue, data hunt every suggestion, idea, thoughts, or image that shows up in your brain. Don't interpret them. Focus on the separation of the brain and you. Otherwise, interpretation of it. I have a playlist that is all talks about interpretation of different thoughts. Maybe at least 30 of those are numbered videos that interprets almost every thought that could come to your head. But that is part of your education to understand if you really need to have interpretations, just so you understand it really doesn't matter. But you have an answer for those thoughts or suggestions for your purposes. But there's another playlist that it talks about proving the separation between thoughts, brain, and you. That you're not thoughts, thoughts are not you. That you're not the brain, brain is not you. And this concept was discussed by Aristotle 1,000 years ago in regards to dualism and materialism. That materialists were saying there's atoms and void. In other words, there's either nothing or atom, something or nothing, physical, tangible. And the dualists were saying there's something beyond the brain. There's something beyond something. Yeah? It's not just something or void. There's something beyond that something. That's what runs you. That's what who you are. Don't try to seek and find yourself in the brain. You're not the brain. Brain is not you. Whatever brain is, you're above the brain. That's you. The one that is above the brain, that is watching the thoughts that the brain makes. That's awareness. That's you that can judge the brain. But when you think you're the brain, then you have no recourse. You think, I'm the brain, so brain says, I'm shitting my pants, I'm shitting my pants. But you say, I am beyond the brain. Brain is my employee. Brain is my subordinate. I am the boss. I choose and veto what brain suggests. Then you understand where you are in this entity. That's very important for you to know. So those videos are available, but there is no specific time. It's not by time. It's by education and understanding how the connection between brain and you. What's the relationship between brain and you? Brain is very powerful, can make things that don't even exist. It has an ability to make things that don't even exist. If it has such an ability, it can convince you to kill your own mother. That's how powerful brain is. But you're not supposed to do what the brain says. You're not supposed to harm anyone just because brain says. And you're not supposed to harm yourself just because brain says. Because brain is crazy. Brain is not an intellect. Brain is an organ, is a dumb, stupid organ, is a machine. You have to understand this. Look, brain has the power that can create things that they don't even exist. If you're supposed to believe everything that brain does, then why don't you believe this? Because your awareness says otherwise. This is against nature. This doesn't exist. Do this with me. Do this with me. Close your eyes. Go ahead. Close your eyes. I won't bite. Close your eyes and imagine. Can you imagine a lion with the head of a duck? A lion with the head of a duck. Can you imagine a lion with the head of an elephant, with the trunk and all? Can you? Yes, you can. Because these are all neurons in the head. It can create anything. It's a little bit more difficult that the neurons from one end of the brain and to the other end of the brain, they go through the sheaths that they have and they travel with these information in a precise moment. The duck and the lions should jive together and create that image. And the brain can do that. But it's not true, is it? It's not real, is it? So if the brain can create something that doesn't exist, brain can also create thoughts and images of you and suggestions, including your inclination, your gender, suggest something that it doesn't exist, is not true, but it can make you think, believe it, just as it can make a lion with the head of a duck. It doesn't exist, but it can do it. Try something bigger. Imagine a Cadillac. A Cadillac, old Cadillac, has two engines, rocket engines, is going towards the moon. The Cadillac with rocket engines is flying towards the moon, and in the front of it, the hood, is got the head of an elephant with the trunk. And the rest is Cadillac of the two booster rockets that is flying to the moon. Can you not see that? Yeah, you can see that. It created, but is it true? No, nonsense. But it can make it as real as it is, but nothing that the brain can make, even as powerful as it can make things that they don't even exist in nature, only you are holding the key to brain ever being able to fool you. Why? Because it's only you who can allow anything that the brain makes to ever become a reality in the actuality, even if it's actually can exist in the nature, let alone the ones that they can live in, exist in nature. The hell with that. But if the brain can conjure up anything, any suggestion that can actually exist in nature, but yet it cannot exist if you don't allow it, if you don't choose it. Without your permission and you're okay, brain has no power. Although it looks like it's got powerful, make you believe things, but even if you believe in something that the brain says, unless you allow it to become an action, to become an activity, to become an actuality in the actual world, it cannot be. Which means you're the boss, all-time boss, not the brain. Once you stop believing in your brain, you become free from thoughts, free from thoughts, free from the mind. And I call mind and brain in this particular juncture the same, but mind and brain are different. So, you must, by educating yourself about HOCD and the brain and you must retrain, rewire the brain, but the way you realize how you should interact with suggestions of the brain. Brain makes a suggestion, you judge the brain. And you show and remind yourself that you're the boss, not the brain. Brain is not your leader, it's not your protector. Brain is not your intellect. In fact, in the studies and the research that Dr. Sperry, Dr. Penfield, Dr. Owen, Dr. Leibet done, these are neurosurgeons and neuroscientists higher echelon of research, Nobel Prize type of research. These brilliant surgeons have proven beyond the shadow of the doubt that what Aristotle was talking about 1,000 years ago in regards to dualism and materialism, that there is something beyond the brain, and that's you, is actually proven, scientifically proven, that you're not the brain and brain is not you. Dr. Egnar put a report together of the work of all these brilliant doctors, and I enhanced that a little bit, and I brought to you this video that I'm going to put up here, the link for you to consult with, to watch. It's a bit lengthy, but it's packed so much information that you need to know this stuff. I put this up for you to know, to watch it at your leisure. That's one video that I really want you to watch. And then there is another one that I am unanimous on that for you to watch. And that is Observer, which through experiment done in laboratory in regards to quantum physics, it proves to you that you're outside of the brain. You're not part of the brain. You're not the brain. Brain is not you. You're outside of the brain. And that is tremendous help for you to understand. This video that I'm putting in is an accumulation of 4-part video. They're shorter parts, but this is a complete one, maybe a little bit wordy, but that's all right, because I don't know which one really discusses exactly the part that I want you guys to see. I'm just going to put this for you as the longer one, and I want you guys both see to understand that the brain is not smart, brain is not intellect, brain is not you, you're not the brain. So whatever brain suggests is hocus pocus. You are the judge. You see it. If it's valuable, you use it to facilitate your life. If it's not, you let it die by the wayside by paying no attention to it. So in other words, the videos of Dr. Schwartz, Dr. Philipson, Dr. Jan Weiner, these are psychotherapists, psychologists, specialists in OCD and OCD subsets, such as HOCD and whatnot, that you can watch their programs, you can watch their videos and learn and educate yourself more, so you'd be able to see all these things that you're being duped is unnecessary, and help yourself to retrain and rewire your brain to become free by knowledge that this here is not intellect, is an apparatus, is an organ, is a machine. All right. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.